Hey Ideal Teachers, this is your girl Pumzilangana Khamelo and I welcome you to our very own Ideal Teacher audio channel. For our first audio, I want us to look at the tutorial activity I gave you yesterday. For those who have no idea what I'm talking about, this was the activity, and just for plagiarism purposes, I'm obligated to tell you where I got this from. Okay, so I got it from Facebook, and yeah, I was inspired by it. Okay, shoot me, but hey, it was pretty much inspiring. Okay, I can't remember the page though, but I copied it from there. Okay, moving on. This was the activity. For those that have no clue what the activity was about, well, you better get your papers out and your pens out and then start writing it down so that you don't get lost. All right, here we go. 3 people are in a restaurant. They buy a single meal worth 25 rands. They each pop out 10 rands to pay for the meal, and then that means 10 plus 10 plus 10 equals 30 rands, which means the change for the whole table has to be what? 5 rands. However, the waiter gives them each 1 rand instead of the whole 5 rands. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3 rands, which will mean that they've each paid 9 rands for the meal. 9 plus 9 plus 9 equals what? 27. The waiter is left with 2 rands. 27 plus 2 equals 29 rands. Where did the other 1 rand go? That was the question. Alright, so to solve this problem, I permitted you, my fellow Ideal Teachers, to pair up with whomever, or you could just do it individually. Most of y'all chose to work with your peers in order to solve it, and the minority actually solved it individually. Anyways, these were the top 3 answers. Number 3, SARS took it. Okay. Number 2, the waiter took it. Number 1, there's no 1 rand missing, just wrong bookkeeping, wrong calculations. Okay. By the way, this activity was given to you, my fellow Ideal Teachers, so that it could be able to tap into the 2 most important skills needed in the VUCA world, which are problem-solving skills and critical thinking skills. Now, the number 1 answer was the 1 rand is not missing. There's just some miscalculation of some sort. Alright? Okay. So I started to look at this with an educational lens. And that tutorial activity, I actually put it like in the heart of education. And this scenario came to mind. Say, for example, a learner comes to you claiming that his or her 1 rand is missing. First of all, the learner comes to you because you as a teacher, you have different roles to play, in the classroom or in the school context. You have a pastoral role to play, and then you also have what? A mentorship kind of role to play, and then you also have a parental role to play. So it is not something that is uncommon, for a learner to come to you with any kind of a problem. All right. So here's a scenario. A learner comes to you claiming that his or her 1 rand is missing. Will you, as an Ideal Teacher, help him or her look for it, or will you just simply dismiss it by saying your 1 rand is not missing? Get back to class. Dramatic pause. While you think about that, I just want to remind you that as an Ideal Teacher, you will have to find solutions to problems that aren't even there. Again, as an Ideal Teacher, you are going to have to create opportunities where there are none. You keep up with the times. That's what you do. This is a VUCA world. You have to keep up with the times. Kaspedi will say, "Ke sefapano sa hao." So now, moving on. So if a learner comes to you claiming to have a problem, no matter how insignificant it may seem to you, you don't just dismiss it like it's nothing, because that could be his or her spiritual 1 rand that is missing. It could be his or her mental 1 rand that is missing. Or it could be his or her emotional 1 rand that is missing. So you cannot just simply dismiss it. What are your reasons for dismissing the claims of this child? When a learner comes to you with a problem, he or she believes that you can actually help him or her to solve it. You don't just simply dismiss it, just because you have your own problems to deal with. Number one, of course, we know you have your own problems to deal with. You have your different kind of struggles. You have your demons to fight, But then, as an ideal teacher, the second you stepped through those varsity doors and then you said, hey, I want to be a teacher, you signed a lifetime contract. And in that contract, you stated that, hey, I'll be here. I'll be there for my learners whenever they need me. I will put them first. They're priority number 1. So if a learner comes to you claiming that his or her 1 rand is missing, and then you look at the learner's calculations and then you see that, okay, the calculations are a bit off. Okay, if I look at this way, the 1 rand is not missing. But then if I look at it this other way, the 1 rand might be missing. You must step out of your box and come out of it and start thinking about this critically. Find creative solutions to those problems that you're faced with in the classroom. You have to tap into that deeper ideal teacher skills, those that have been suppressed for so long, and just tap into them and, like a phoenix, let them rise. Whenever you're faced with such problems, no matter how little they may seem, you must always find a solution. You don't just dismiss something and say, no, the 1 rand is not missing. Because the second you dismiss that learner's claim, the 1 rand becomes a 2 rand. And then it keeps on. So you need to think for a second that what if the 1 rand is missing? I was very surprised that none of you thought about calling the manager. Just like in the educational context, if a learner comes with a problem and then you realize that, okay, this problem is a bit off for me. I don't see a solution to this. Call the learner's parents. Call the learner's guardians. Call them. They might have a solution. They might help you to find a solution. Together, you can. Together, you may find that 1 rand which the learner claims is missing. So that tutorial activity was just like some form of a test to see how critical you think. And I also gave you the tutorial activity, and I wanted to see if there's any one of you who can actually view that activity in an educational lens like I did the first time I saw this on Facebook. I was waiting for that one person. But then it's okay. I'm sure like right now you're busy thinking. And then, yeah, some of you might be beating yourself up for it. I'm expecting it. But then, honestly, as a teacher, as an ideal teacher, these are the problems that you're going to face. Especially teachers that are especially you who are primary school teachers. At that stage, the learners, they have so many questions. They have so many dreams, hopes and dreams. Are you just going to simply dismiss the learner's dream by saying, no, this is pretty much impossible, you cannot do that? Are you going to crush it? Or you are going to get out of the box that you're in and start thinking critically? It's like, okay, this learner says he or she wants to do this, she wants to be that. I'm gonna wait and think about that for a second. What if there could be that kind of a career one day? What if this could be a career? What if the learner can invent this? What if this can actually happen? You need to think about this. You need to think about, you need to put yourself in your learner's shoes. All right? You're a teacher. You're an ideal teacher. All right. So, that is the feedback that I'm giving to all of you regarding the tutorial activity which I gave you yesterday. Hopefully from now on you will start to think out of the box, because there are more of these tutorial activities. I've archived them and they're ready to load at any time. So get ready for the second tutorial activity that is going to force you to think out of the box. And now that I've actually warned you, I'm sure I'll have some creative answers next time. So any questions, comments, anything at all? I'm all ears.